challenges that we are facing. So we need to put in mind that even if things are not okay right now, even if we are having hiccups here and there, we need to work hard towards the goal. We need to work hard towards the generation to come. We need to work hard for tomorrow, for the betterment of our world, for the betterment of our generation.
Yes, indeed. So knowing that sometimes young people, it could be you have all these thoughts together, but you don't have any person to be there for you who can motivate you, encourage you, so that you can progress and move on with these things that we've discussed about. What are we, young people like us, having a program like this? What are we supposed to do? What are we supposed to tell our fellow young people, those that have lost it? You know, every young person is a legend. They feel like they can achieve something and they have got the power to achieve something. But mostly what makes them go the wrong way, it's because they are distorted by not having a thought of what great things they can do. Sometimes they think they can do something better, but they don't know just what to do. So what can we tell these young people? How can we help our fellow young people to fight against laziness, to fight against negativity, to fight against the things that are a threat to our community and all those sorts of things? What can we do as a youth platform like this, as an individual, or any other person? What are we supposed to do to help our fellow youths in the generation to create a better future for us?
Okay. Personally, I think the key thing here is what you do when you are alone. Because the little you depends on what you do when you are alone. So when you are alone, that's the time where you decide what you do. You create your goals. Everything is going to be depending on what you are going to plan when you are alone.
Indeed.
Let me give an example of social media.
Yes.
Most of the time when you are alone, you are just busy on the phone doing something. Everything you are going to watch there, they are going to affect you.
Yes, indeed.
When you just look on someone's phone, whatever comes to your phone, what pops up on your phone is what you actually like the most. What you want is what does what come to your phone. So what you do alone, what you invest in, what you plan for, is what's going to affect the future and also the next generation.
Yes, indeed. So talking from that perspective where Frederick has talked about what we do alone as an individual. So this individual has a negative thought about life and negative thought about doing things. So what are you or what is me as an individual supposed to do to help out this fellow in order for them to create a better generation or have a positive perspective about things? What are we supposed to do, guys, to help these people? Okay, let's take it. It's not me who has these negative thoughts about life and all that. Or maybe it is me, but you'd want to help me. What are you supposed to do to help me? Or what are you going to do to help me develop myself into a positive mindset that I'm able to make a bright future for myself and think for the generation to come?
Here I think discipline can really come in, because it has been said in many quotes, and in one of them it says, "You are or we are what we repeatedly do." So if you have a goal, if we have a goal, we should work towards that. So if you want to be a footballer, work towards that. If you want to be an engineer, study hard. If you want to do anything in life, you need to work towards that each and every day. So self-discipline. Every day we need to work towards what we want. Because if we don't know what we want and yet we want to be at a level that other people have achieved without using any shortcuts, then we are deceiving ourselves. So we need to discipline ourselves, find what we can do and work on it.
Yes, so indeed, like Shana has talked about, first it has to begin with me to help my fellow youth. Self-discipline. If I've got self-discipline in the community or society where I'm coming from, I'm going to be motivating my fellow youths even to do more, because I'm going to be a role model for them. Everyone will be looking up to me to say, oh, be like that person. So if I'm positive myself, it means I'll be able to help out my fellows even to think in a positive way. And another thing that we can do as young people, we need to talk openly about success. Let us not just talk about petty things like girlfriend issues, boyfriend issues, relationships. Let us not just talk about how we're going to the events that is trending, what is trending on social media. We've got a chance as well to talk about things that can take us forward. Social economical status, how are we going to talk about it? We should talk about things that things that can take us far ahead of us, things like can bring a positive future. We can talk about how we can invest, how we can concentrate in our studies, how to pursue things, and all those things. So if we talk about that in those conversations as youths where we are, it means we are going to promote ourselves because there will be positive thinking and no one among us will have a lacking, because if we put it together, remember we are implanting what we are discussing. So if you are in a group with your friend, you are discussing a positive thing, it means you are implanting a positive idea in your fellow youth. So if you talk about these topics that are positive with your fellows, it means you are putting a positive idea in them. So discussing about these topics will help a young person to think positively, even though they've got a negative thought about life. You motivate them and inspire them. So what other more things can we young people do now as a group, individual, or in the community, responsible young people? How are we going to help creating our generation a better tomorrow?
Okay, to
That's
that.
real.
So what I can say to that youth that doesn't believe in themselves, I feel believing in yourself is a key to achieving or having a good future, succeeding in everything. Believe in yourself and don't leave the social media lie. Most of us youths indulge so much in social media so that we waste much of our time just living lives, living a lie, living someone else's lie. I feel believing in ourselves, believing that we can really do it is the key, and that's how we can start with everything. Remember, don't imitate anyone. Imitation is limitation. You can do it, you have the potential. Don't live anyone's life. Live your chapter. Life is an open book. Write your story and don't relive someone else's life.
Yeah, talking from Tausila's point, I remember my college tutor once mentioning to say every young person is a tabula rasa. It means a plain paper. So every young person is a plain paper. So
Right.
what determines that person will contain is what they write in. And what they write in is the content of information that they put into it. So what we think about the people we play with, it's not every time you are going to, the people we play with, it's not every time you are going to play with people that are negative, because eventually they are going to make you become a negative person as well. So talk to people that are positive, be open, be assertive. Do not feel scared or shy whenever someone brings a negative thought into you. Think of yourself as a potential human being who has a power to achieve and the power to make the world a better generation. So if we think about all these thoughts, we are going to create a better future for ourselves, that even when any person looks at us, they will be, wow, we've got a future ahead of us and a youth that are going to bring positivity. So it has to be us young people to take in interest, because normally an elder person cannot support me as a young people if they see that I'm not making an effort to become a better young person out there. But when they see the effort that I'm making in doing positive things, they'll take in interest because they'll know they are investing in me. So it is us young people to take in interest, to let these elderly people to invest in us because of the potential that they are going to see in us. Let us give them a hope that a future for us can be a better or a sustainable development that would not worry the generation. In fact, this generation, our parents, our elders, what do they think about us? So what they think about us determines on how we work hard. And our hard work will determine. So what else can we talk about, guys? Mary, you are the point. I think you are the point, Rhea.
Yeah, so the other thing that we can do as well is unlearning bad behavior. Certain things, negative things that can contribute to us not having a better future. So if we unlearn, we develop a skill on how we can unlearn those bad behaviors we've mentioned, peer pressure, and all these other things like negative things. In as much as we can put effort working towards the future. But if there are these heavy loads of negative things that make your life not to be easy, and they actually don't make you focus on just this particular thing that you want to get. So it is impossible to create a better future. If I